Good morning, distinguished guests, dear Narayan sir, and my dear colleagues of ESL Teacher Training Batch 6. A teacher is a compass that activates the magnets of curiosity, knowledge, and wisdom in the pupils. But even teachers sometimes need good guidance. ESL Teacher Training Program, funded by the American Center, funded by the American Embassy, and facilitated by the American Center Colombo with collaboration of Headway Learning Solutions, is such a guide which helps young teachers like us to enhance their knowledge in teaching. Krishant?
Yes, Nawada. After 12 weeks of training, practice, and the knowledge we gained, today we have come to the last day of our program. In order to initiate or start this program, so I would like to invite all of you, in the symbolic lighting of the traditional oil lamp.
Okay, thank you everyone. Now I would like to invite my colleague Gunasingha Raja Maheswaralingam to deliver the welcome speech. Gunasingha Raja is an undergraduate at the University of Jaffna, and he is also a teacher of English language and literature. Over to you, Guna.
Very good morning to everyone. And I warmly welcome you to our final event of the ESL Teaching Training course, sponsored by the American Center Colombo in collaboration with Headway Learning Solutions. My name is Gunasingha Raja, and I'm from Jaffna. I'm very privileged to deliver the welcome speech today. We, the 6th batch of this ESL Teacher Training program, are delighted with your presence and profusely thank you for joining us. The ESL Teacher Training Program, organized and sponsored by the American Center, gave us a multitude of insights into English language teaching and the appropriate methods to be used when teaching English. My favorite one was grammar teaching, and the method employed by us was excellent. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome Ms. Susan Brown, Public Affairs Associate, American Embassy, to our events. You are welcome, madam. I'm delighted to welcome Mr. Sanjay Mailwakanan, Director of the American Center, and Mr. Asham Gunatilagan, Administration Officer of the American Colombo. I would like to welcome Mr. Sanjeeva Nanekara and Mr. Ranjit Anthony, Ms. Susan Ritchie, and Ms. Zara Kazim, representatives of Headway Learning Solutions. Next, I welcome our teacher, Mr. Narayan Moharanjidan, and all the participants of the program. Finally, may I again welcome everyone to our final event. I hope you will enjoy the program a lot. Let me hand over the floor to Navoda and Krishant. Thank you a lot.
Yes, Krishant.
Thank you, Guna, for that warm welcome. This teacher training program is quite significant to all of us because from this program, we learned a lot. We learned different skills that are essential for an English language teacher. Let's watch this video to hear it from the participants themselves to know what they have learned and how it helped them to develop as a better teacher.
Actually, I never knew the importance of having a lesson plan before joining this teacher training program. As teachers, we know that when we don't have a lesson plan with us, we have to face lots of difficulties in the classroom. Well-planned and organized lesson plan will improve the confidence of the teacher in front of the students. So finally, it's very clear that a lesson plan will be always there behind a confident teacher. So Narendra, Headway Learning Solutions and American Center, thank you very much for creating this platform and making us aware that every minute that we spend in the classroom should be used meaningfully and in a well-planned manner. Thank you very much.
Hello. So from this class, I learned how to give proper instructions to my students. It was really easy and it was the very basic idea of giving instructions. It was not something complex. So our teacher, Naren sir, taught us it in a very effective way. So first he brought out what radio dictation is. So I haven't heard about it before, so it was my first experience in doing radio dictation in the class. So from this class, I learned how effectively a teacher should give the instructions and then do the ICQs when after giving the instructions as well. So while monitoring, after monitoring and after the students have done the activity, then the teacher can provide the feedback. So that's what I learned from
the course organized by American Colombo in collaboration with Headway Institute. I participated with gusto and I was able to garner so much information regarding ESL teaching. Since I'm a teacher of English, I find it very difficult to deal with the students nowadays. By participating in this course, I was able to garner so much information and so many techniques as to how we could make the classroom environment conducive to the students and teachers. Furthermore, I was captivated by the methods employed in the classroom by our sir, and also the methods which we should employ in the classroom in order to make the learning and teaching process a healthier one or conducive one to both teachers and students. So the methods captivated me to a great extent. Thank you.
Skills. I learned a lot of instructions about all the teaching methods. Actually, after few lessons, I tried the warm-up activities in my class. It really worked. I realized the warm-up activities are essential on the English classroom because the students often come to the class tired or with other things on their mind. The warm-up activities that I learned in the class helped me to take a successful beginning to my lesson. And also I would like to take this opportunity to thank the American Center and the organizing team for making such an excellent and successful programs. Thank you so much.
Grammar is a little bit different part of every language, but it is compulsory. As teachers, we should know how to teach grammar very effectively. By this program, we learn about so many different teaching areas. Grammar is one thing. We learned activities, games, warm-ups and different techniques. We can use those techniques in our teachings. As an example, if we take an warm-up related to our target language, it will be a help to enter our lesson very easily.
First of all, I would like to thank the American Center Colombo and the Headway Learning Solutions for creating this kind of a program that enabled teachers like us to enhance our existing teaching capabilities. And I would like to point out that the quality service rendered by our instructor, dear Naran sir, especially reinforced me and my colleagues in adapting to a more effective teaching strategies, and modern teaching trends. Through his teachings, we were able to brush up our existing teaching skills, and working collaboratively with my colleagues helped me to break out my inner limits and reach my full potential as an English teacher.
Hi, this is Krishan Nelson. I've joined this course from Batticlaw. First of all, I would like to thank the American Center for providing me this opportunity, and also my teacher, Mr. Narayan, for giving us so many techniques in language teaching. He is an ESL expert. I tried 4 times, and this is my 5th attempt I got selected. I am grateful about it because I learned a lot about language teaching. For most of the language teachers, one of the biggest challenges is teaching reading. In this course, we were taught how to make this task interesting, because we were taught how to, from selecting our reading materials and interesting reading materials, to giving activities in pre-reading, while reading and post-reading, and to make it more effective and interesting.
Dr. Abdul Kalam once said, "Never give up, never stop trying, your day will come." I think that's what I told myself when I got to know that I had not been selected for this program. And then I tried again and again, and in the 3rd attempt, however, I got selected. Why I wanted so much to participate in this program was actually I thought that the traditional methods of teaching English were not very effective and also sometimes not very interesting to the students. So I wanted to know better ways of teaching English to my students. And throughout this program, we learned a lot of different ways on how to teach all 4 skills in English language very effectively. And we learned a lot of activities that we can use in our classrooms. And Sir Narayan was an exceptional teacher. He was a very professional, and he was a veteran teacher trainer. And we were so lucky to have him as our facilitator. So he took us through the program very smoothly, and he made the program very much interesting because of his years of experience, and he was very generous in sharing his knowledge. I would like to thank the American Center for this opportunity, and I am very happy to have successfully completed this program. Thank you very much. Okay, Vushani? Okay,
So,
I think, yeah, Vushani.
So thank you everyone for your heartiest comments about the program. And now I would like to invite in this event, this program will won't be like a better program to all of us without the initiative and support from the American Embassy and American Center Colombo. Such programs that benefit so many of us wouldn't have been existed. So I would like to invite Ms. Susan Brown, Public Affairs Associate, American Embassy, to say a few words.
Thank you very much for the very warm welcome. I'm very pleased to be here. I think that one of the most noble professions on the planet is to be a teacher. So I applaud you all as teachers who have not only completed your advanced degrees in education, so you already have the skills, but then you've taken the personal initiative to improve your teaching skills even more by completing this course. Clearly a very highly selective course. Many of you have mentioned how many times you applied for being selected for the course before you were finally a member of the group. So congratulations for being selected and for completing this course. before my family and I started on our journey with foreign service and serving at different embassies, I too was a teacher. And I know how challenging it can be to present the information that you know in a way that your students can understand and learn it. So this course has shown you the different methodologies that are very effective. Maybe some of the newer methods are not something that you're familiar with, so it will take some practice. But I think that you see the value in continuing to build your repertoire for teaching skills and for teaching tools. And I encourage you to continue to practice and learn new skills, because your classroom students will benefit from it. So again, I'm so very proud that you have completed this course, and I'm very happy that your skills have improved, and your learners and your students will gain tremendously from this. Thank you again for participating in our course, and we look forward to enrolling you in future courses through the American Center here in Colombo. Thank you again. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Thank you for your kind words and the encouraging words. And also, we are glad to hear that you were a teacher once. If I say that this program has changed our perspective towards teaching, no one who participated in this program will deny me. To witness this, to enlighten you and us on how this program helped us to become a better teacher, we have Dilshani Chamodia with us. She is going to relate her experience to you. Dilshani is an English teacher trainee. She joined this program from Vattala. Dilshani, the screen is yours.
Yes, thank you, Prashant. Good morning, all of you. As the final day of our teacher training program, I would like to convey my gratitude for the members of both American Center and Headway Learning Solutions. If I talk about myself, I tried several times to join teacher training programs of Headway Learning Solutions and Curve Up as well. I know this is a little bit difficult task to join programs of American Center, but already I have completed 5 programs through American Center, and I am so glad about that. If I talk about this program, this was a very great opportunity to my friends and me to improve our teaching skills. We learned different teaching techniques, personal development methods, classroom management methods, lesson plans, and so many things. Warmer is the most popular technique we learned through this program. We learned activities, games related to warm. By doing a warmer, we can move to our lesson very easily. As teachers, we should know how to teach grammar very effectively, because grammar is a little bit difficult part of every language. Voice projection. Voice projection is another thing we learn through this program. As teachers, we should aware about how to manage our volume according to the situation. Actually, it is a new thing I learned through this program. Lesson plans. If we talk about lesson plans, as teachers, we should have to prepare lesson plans prior to our teaching. But it is the most boring thing in this career. We learn a simple and easy method to prepare lesson plans in few minutes. Actually, I noted 2 facts in Sir's lesson plan. There is an additional column for the notes. In each and every stage, we can note good and bad side of the every stage. Then other thing is the feedback. Having a feedback is more important thing. By having a feedback, we can have an overall idea about that is stage. So it also most important thing. As a a student of Lyceum Teacher Training Academy, I am so glad to have this opportunity before I start in my career. I can interact with my students very easily. In my lifetime, I have seen there are different institutions which provides diplomas, degrees for teachers. But I never saw an institute to improve teaching skills. So finally, I would like to thank American Center and Headway Learning Solutions for making such a platform to improve teaching skills. As the time is limited, I would like to convey gratitude again and again for the American Center and Headway. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dilshani. Thank you so much. Now, our next item in the agenda is a very interesting one and also a very insightful one. In fact, we are going to have a press conference where my colleagues will share their ideas and opinions on different topics related to teaching. Let me welcome Bhushani to conduct this session. Bhushani is a teacher trainee at Pasdunrata College of Education, and her biggest learning from this program is the need of warmers to cheer up the students. Bhushani, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Nawada. Here we are having a group of creative, young and energetic teachers who are here to pose questions. Now I will introduce my colleagues who will take part in this press conference. So Guna is the first one. I hope you all know about Guna, so you don't need any kind of introduction. And next we have Tushali. Tushali is one of the teacher trainees from Jaffna and a student of Rajarata University. And Indivari is a teacher from Alpitia, works at Amugoda Mahavidyalaya. And her perspective of this program is like, I felt that language teaching is a quite interesting task after this program. Then we have Vishwa. He's an English teacher at an international school in Kadavata. And Navodani, she is an English instructor of Rajarata University of Sri Lanka. And we have Krishant. He's an ESL teacher from Radiclo. So I hope you all are ready to answer the questions in the press conference. And this is time for us to start it. Before initiating it, I would like to give you the guidelines of this press conference. So there will be 2 rounds, and each one will get 1 minute to provide your opinion regarding the questions. And a spin wheel will be shared, which will be selecting your name. So we are not going to select your name, and the spin wheel will be selecting the name. So I hope you all will enjoy this event, and I hope everybody will have an interest to answer this question. Now, shall we continue with the spin wheel? Okay, so let's see who will be the first volunteer. So it's Kushali, Guna, Vishwa, Krishant, who is going to get this lucky chance. Okay, it's Vishwa. So Vishwa, you will be getting the question. The first question you will be getting is, how are you creating active participation of the students in online classrooms? Vishwa, is the question clear to you?
Yes, Sushan. It is clear.
So I'll be sharing the time so you can answer within 1 minute.
Yeah, for making anything interesting, we should encourage students to carry out active learning activities. That's the best way we should initiate them to be. And so what type of those should be implemented in the classroom? I suggest like going apart from traditional lecturing methods and others. At a modern type of implementation, I would recommend timely activities, which are almost available in all ebooks and everything they have mentioned in this stuff. We can now go throughout it, find out, observe, and make a
implementing it in the classroom. And through making those into effect, one thing to be clear out is that teachers should also be smart enough to make them more and more interesting by making them a bit more advanced than to be in the.
Okay,
And also
thank you, Vish. Yes, Vishwa?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so thank you, Vishwa. So let's spin the wheel again to select the next lucky teacher who will be answering the second question. So will it be Indivari, Guna, Navodani, or Kshan? And we have Tushali as well. Oh yeah, it's Tushali. So Tushali, the question you will be getting is, the first question, what are the techniques you use to develop speaking skills in your students? Is the question clear, Tushali?
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. And mostly I use game activities when teaching speaking. It is an interesting way to teach speaking because it makes the learning process more enjoyable and makes the students more engaged in classroom activities. And I do story time activities too. That means I also get them into two pairs and ask them to choose a topic and start a conversation about it. At one point, they get stopped. Another two more students continue the dialogue. And I also insist on speaking loudly. These are the techniques I use to develop speaking skills in my students.
Okay, thank you, Tushali. So let's see who will be the next lucky teacher. So we have Guna, Indivari, and Navodani and Krishant. So it's Krishant. Krishant,
Yes, Ushan.
are you ready? Yeah, your first question is, do you use warmers in the classroom and how effective are they?
Yes, actually, I use warmer at the beginning of the class most of the time because when we use the language that we taught them on the previous day, it is a good activity to warm them up and in order to make them practice the language we taught already. I use warmer at the beginning of the classroom. Sometimes, especially during the online classroom, we will have to use the warmer in the middle also because sometimes the students will lose their enthusiasm during the teaching learning process. So we will have to use some warmer, some kind of activities such as warmer at the beginning or in the middle or at the end. So I often use this warmer. So I learned so many warmer techniques in this course also. So I'm using it. Back to you, Ushani.
Okay, thank you. And next, who will be the next lucky teacher to get the next question? So it's Guna. And Guna, the first question that you will be getting is, do you like your job? And why?
Yeah. Okay, greetings to everyone. So I love learning and teaching. So by virtue of learning, I'll be able to learn so many things because I'm a great lover of learning. So in English, I love syntax and morphology. So while learning, I'll be able to enhance my skills and I will delve into those areas which captivate me to a great extent. After that, I could impart my knowledge to my students. So I could impart my knowledge and I could learn. So in a classroom, I will be enjoying the session to a great extent. So there will be students all around me. Since I'm a constant learner, so the classroom environment will be conducive, and I will help my community, I will help my students, and I will be young. That's also an interesting thing. And also I could do so many researches, and based on my findings, I could enhance my skill. I could enhance the skills of my students, and in the end, the country or the society will be improved. Thank you. Vushani?
Okay, Guna. So thank you for your interesting answer. So next, the remainings are of the first round in Divari, Tushali, and Navodani. Sorry, Navodani and Indivari. So who will be getting the question? Is it Navodani or Indivari? Yeah, Navodani, you will be getting your first question. So this is your first question. Do you think we need any improvements in this national curriculum that we are using today? And why?
Yeah, Ushani, it's kind of a tricky question actually. So it says 90% of the schools in Sri Lanka are government schools, and there are around 700 Pirivana schools in Sri Lanka. So both these government schools and Pirivana school, they offer national curriculum to the students in order to sit the government examinations like O-levels and A-levels. But there are lots of concerns about the kind of quality outcome of the students who are coming from government schools and Pirivana schools. So maybe the reason for this is, as I believe, there is no strong integration of national curriculum with the requirements of the working world. So it's important and it's essential to update the national curriculum in order to prepare the students to this changing and updated and the working world. So yes, it's important to improve the national curriculum.
Okay, thank you, Navodani. It was really an interesting answer. And next, our last participant of the first round, it is Indivari. Indivari, are you ready?
Yes, Ushani.
Okay, this is the question you will be getting. In what ways has this course helped you for your improvements in your teaching career?
Okay, Ushani, thank you for giving me this chance. Yeah, obviously, this is a great course which helps me to learn many things, actually new methodologies to teach English, and especially how to write lesson plans and how to follow lesson plans in order to conduct a lesson easily. And also I learned many new things apart from that, like warm-up activities to do with my students. I actually followed some warm-up activities which were done in this course, and I really enjoyed doing those activities with my students. So I think in many ways, and especially I learned how to do some grammar lessons with my students after following this course. In numerous ways, this course helped me to for my professional development. Okay, thank you, Ushani.
Okay, thank you all, and a round of applause to mark the first round end. So we'll be starting the second round, and again the same guidelines I should give you. This wheel will spin and you will be selected by the wheel, and it's high time to start the second round as well. So this time, will it be Vishwa again? Let's see. I hope it will be Guna, Vishwa, okay. Oh, it is going to be Vishwa again. So Vishwa, I think you are the luckiest one today because you got like in both the rounds, the first one to answer the questions, and this will be your second question. Could you please justify which is a better way, which is better, like online classroom or physical classroom? What do you think, Vishwa?
Yeah, I would. It depends on the context. For example, if it's under pandemic era, I suggest that learners should undergo online teaching. And if it's difficult to carry out learning through, remote access, then students must shift it to physical studies. That I suggest. There's no way we can say that which is better. It depends on the occasion we face currently. That's what I would like to say. And apart from those, I would can also suggest that online teaching would be better if certain adjustments can be made to it. Then it would be fine to be implemented in the future as well. Thank you.
Okay, Vishwa, it was a nice answer. And next, who will be the next one to answer the second question of the second round? Is it Navodani? It's Tushali. Okay, Tushali. So the question you will be getting is it worthy to use the national curriculum to improve English language in students? Is it worthy? What is your opinion, Tushali?
Yeah, it's a good question. In my opinion, I think our national curriculum needs to focus more than practical approach of teaching English. And also the curriculum mostly based on the theoretical parts. So it's too difficult to engage the students in practical activities. And also it doesn't have the flexibilities also. And next, our curriculum focused more than the product-based activities, not the process-based activities, where the students get more guidance to develop their skills. So students do not get much opportunities to critical conversations. So these are the things have to improve through the national curriculum. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tushali. So who will be the next one? Is it Navodani, Indivari, Guna, or Krishant? We have 4 remaining. It seems like it turns around Guna's name. Yes, Guna. So Guna, the second question you will be getting is, what were the issues you faced during your first year as a teacher?
Yeah, well, it was a great question. So first, I faced some problems in classroom. First, the students were not responsive to me. Since I was inexperienced, so I felt this problem. So they were not responsive enough. So I had to change some strategies in order to make the classroom an effective one. Then textbooks. So the school textbooks were not sufficient enough to address the needs of the society, of the globe at present. So I had to make use of other books in order to make the students learn a lot. Then in my classroom, I had slow learners, fast learners, average learners. So I had to arrange everything in order to meet the needs of slow learners, fast learners, average learners. So I had to make arrangements, and I had to take special care of slow learners because they are also very important in a classroom setup. Then my games. So I made use of games in order to make the classroom a conducive one and an interesting one. But the students were not cooperating. They were not cooperating with me. So I had to change my strategies. And also these gender issues. So so in my classroom setup, there will be female students, male students. The female students won't be willing to speak with male students, and also the male students won't be willing to speak to the female students. So I had to do a lot of adjustments to make the classroom a successful one. And now with the help of this Headway Learning Solutions, I have found some solutions as to what I should do in order to make the teaching process a successful one. And I will try in my future as well. Thank you.
Okay, Guna, thank you for your answer. It seems like you have overcome many issues and have changed the attitudes of the students as well. Okay, so it will be like 3 we have remaining, Krishan, Indivari, and Navodani. So who will be getting this? Oh, Indivari. Or will it be Navodani? It's Krishant. Okay, Krishant. So the second question you will be getting is, what are the advantages you find in online education?
I can say from my own example, because I completed one postgraduate diploma from Chennai, totally online, that is on journalism. So advantages means we can access to many educational institutions. And when we take about this course also, without going to Colombo, without traveling too far, without getting tired, we could learn from our home. So it was really an advantage, and also it connected students from throughout the country. So I joined from Batticaloa, Guna joined from Jaffna, and all joined from various parts of the country. And at the same time, we could learn, or we could gain the same thing. The output, the result of this program are marvelous. So I can say there are so many advantages in online learning. Back to you, Ushani.
Okay, thank you, Prashant. Actually, it's very an effective way of learning because we get benefited from different areas even in this course. Okay, so the next question, it is it Indivari or Navoda? I hope it will be Indivari. My sensors say that it's going to be Indivari. Okay, but it's Navodani. Okay, Navodani. So the question you will be getting is, how should they improve the national curriculum if you see any defects in it? What are the ways like?
Yeah, so Vishani, I'm no one to address an issue like this, but because this kind of issues should be addressed very in a careful way, but still I have few suggestions. Like my first suggestion is a panel of experts from NIE maybe should create both teacher-friendly as well as student-friendly textbooks. This is a must. And in the second, as a second one, I can suggest, like, if we can, like, proper teaching of English should be commenced from the grade 1 onwards, and we have to introduce whatever the subject. But if we can introduce ICT related activities in the syllabus, it will be very useful. And as we know, there are some outdated contents, outdated lessons, and outdated subjects in the curriculum syllabus. So we have to remove all these outdated things from the curriculum. And the full curriculum should be revised, and it should be targeted to the job market. So we can teach for pleasure and we can learn for pleasure, but at the end of the day, if the students can't meet the requirements of the changing world, it's no use of investing a huge amount of money for school curriculums and national curriculums and government schools. So yeah, these are my suggestions. So if you can implement these suggestions, I think we can see some kind of good result in future. Yeah, Vishani, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Navodani. So Indivari, the last question is yours. Did you meet any slow learners and how did you help them? Indivari, is the question clear?
Yeah, Ushani. Yes, obviously I met different types of learners when I was teaching, and especially gifted learners, average learners, as well as slow learners. So when I met a slow learner, I just followed some special methodologies to teach them. Especially I gave them special time to engage in the activity, some extra time to engage in the activity, as well as I provided some special space for them to engage in the activity. And even I prepared some short lesson plans with limited work time. And also to facilitate their learning, I used some special visual aids in order to enhance their learning. So those are the methods that I follow to teach slow learners. Okay, thank you, Shani.
Okay, this marks the end of our press conference, and thank you all for your great opinions and interesting answers for questions. So Naoda, it's over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Ushani. Thank you. Such interesting questions and also such insightful answers. And I think we all learned, I mean, it kind of refreshed our knowledge, and, it helped us to look back on what we have learned. And it was very interesting. Thank you, Ushani, and thank you all the participants. Now, the past 12 weeks of learning, and it was so interesting because of the way the course materials were presented. Right? And we know the person behind it with his years of experience and expertise in teaching and teacher training. Naren sir guided us through the program seamlessly and made this a lifetime experience for us. So I'm honored to call upon you, our dear Naren sir, to speak a few words on this special day.
Thank you very much. So there is nothing much to speak. I've been talking to you for 12 weeks and we've been learning a lot. And I really, truly appreciate, although this group's number grew smaller, but the quality increased much more than the other groups. Actually, this is a truth. I'm just telling you the truth, because all you presented when the guests were there, and now the guests have left, unfortunately. But during the videos, and that's what we wanted to forward the video there. And you expressed whatever you learned in a very perfect manner. And we had to cut certain things, chop out certain things, because they were talking about the teacher a lot. So Naoda and I had to discuss and cut a lot of things which mentions about the teacher. So more than the teacher, what you learned is important. And I hope we have delivered the right thing. And I'm so much delighted that not only the speeches that you gave, but the guarantee that you gave that you'll be using these ideas when you actually teach. And some of you have already used those techniques and you have shared them with us, and keep in touch with us. We'll be not deleting that group. If you notice that we have been sending messages even to the second batch. First batch, we didn't have a group, that was only physical. From second onwards, we are just keeping in touch. We don't have a formal alumni yet, although we have that idea of doing, but soon that will come into existence, and then we can all share our ideas. We wanted to do it, like we took the initiatives, but everybody was so busy that we couldn't do that. When we do that, please join me. And finally, the quality of today's program was excellent, and that happened because Sanjeev was asking me to make sure that this program is done properly. I hope he's also happy about that. And one thing that you can give me as a gift, not what do you call that, the ring light or cake or anything, but the most important gift that I can expect from you is you go and teach, and then when you teach, students appreciate you, and then that is the most satisfying thing that anybody in the profession can feel proud of. Like when the moment you go and do something and people appreciate you, and that's passed on to all of us. So that satisfaction can never have anything else. I mean, nothing can match that satisfaction. Personally for you and also for us as an institution. And with that, thank you. Thank you very much for your active participation and be with us continuously. Thank you very much. And especially I need to thank you for today's program. The way it was conducted, seamlessly done, no delays, nothing. So let us continue towards the end. Thank you very much.
Okay,
thank you,
Vishal.
sir. Yes, Navada, and thank you, sir, for being such a guide to us for these young teachers. And next, it's like high time to announce the winner of the quiz competition, which we have held last week. So without any delay, I will announce the winner. Who do you think the winner is? I hope you know right now, but I will announce the winner of the quiz competition of the ESL Teacher Training Batch 6 is Navoda Alagiyavanna. A round of applause for Navoda, our colleague. So congratulations, Navoda.
Thank you, Vishan. Thank you, everyone.
Prashant, now it's your turn.
Yes, congratulations, Navoda, again. Let's give her another big round of applause. Now, I would like to, I hope that Navoda got her gift also. So, sir promised to send a book to Navoda. So, it's going to change Navoda's life too. Yeah. With that, I would like to invite the winner of the competition, Navoda, to share her ideas or her experiences about this program. Navoda.
Thank you so much, Krishan. Thank you, everyone. Now, since a lot of you all and all of us talked about the advantages of this program, I thought that I should mention especially the support from the American Embassy and the American Center. So how it has benefited us. So once I would like to, I would like to get your permission to talk, distinguished guests and Narensa and my dear friends. I heard this quote once: if a child can't learn the way we teach, then maybe we should teach the way they learn. So throughout this program, that's what we learn to do. We learn to teach the way our students could learn. And such learning experience wouldn't have been possible if not for the US Embassy and for the American Center Colombo. So I feel privileged to have this opportunity to speak a few words because I have benefited so much from such programs funded by the American Embassy. And I know that their support has been extended to every nook and corner of Sri Lanka. So they have initiated a series of language teaching programs in Sri Lanka, which is very beneficial to teachers like us. And I found that the online professional English network is having 15 upcoming massive open online courses, namely MOOCs, and that includes 5 facilitated MOOCs and 8 self-paced MOOCs. So y'all can go and check out on those as well. And to name a few, there's English for media literacy, English for business and entrepreneurship, English for journalism, and English for media literacy for educators, and establishing academic writing centers at international higher education institutions, and assessment of English language learners, and using educational technology in the English language classroom. So these programs help to rebuild, build leadership within the communities. And the beauty of it is the fact that these programs are inclusive, right? And also they are free for anyone who would like to benefit from them. So I think that's a really a big advantage for all of us. And their genuine contribution towards uplifting the English education in Sri Lanka is highly commendable. And the fact that these programs are done not for the financial profit, but to help nations like us with the American taxpayers' money, it is really appreciated. And on behalf of all the participants of the ESL Batch 6, I would like to thank the American Embassy and the American Center, and last but not least, the Headway Learning Solutions and our teacher, Naren sir, for the opportunity given to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Navoda. We don't like to leave this program, but we have to leave. And also, we have no words to thank the American Center and Headway Learning Solutions and our teacher, Naren sir. But like all good things come to an end, we have to end this program too. And also, though we have no words to thank, we have to thank formally with a word of thanks. So let's welcome Navodani to deliver the word of thanks.
Thank you, Krishan. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So as we have come to the end of the farewell of Batch 6 of the virtual ESL Teacher Training Program sponsored by the American Center Colombo and conducted by Headway Learning Solutions, it is my duty to propose a vote of thanks to all of those who contributed to making this event a success. At the very outset, I wish to extend my heartiest thanks to US Embassy and American Center Colombo and Headway Learning Solutions for creating this virtual platform for ESL teachers to enhance their teaching skills. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Susie Brown from US Embassy for giving us precise time in her busy schedule. Next, I wish to extend my thanks and appreciation for Mr. Sanjay Mailvahanan and Mr. Ashan Gunatilaka from the American Center who graced the occasion despite their busy schedule. Then I would like to place my hearty thanks to Mr. Ranjit Anthony from Headway Learning Solutions for his cooperation and making this teacher training program a success. Let me also thank Mr. Sanjeev Nanayakara for giving his guidance from the very beginning of the teacher training program and for attending today. I would also thank the staff of Headway Learning Solutions, including Ms. Susan Ritchie and Ms. Tara Kasim for working behind the scenes to make this training program a success. Then, I must mention our profound sense of appreciation to the backbone of this virtual training program, Naren sir, for sharing with us some of the best teaching practices and minute-to-minute support and guidance throughout this training program in the last few months. We are all inspired by your knowledge and experiences, sir. I would be failing in my duty if I didn't pass a big thank you to the masters of the ceremony, Navoda and Krishant, for their effort in organizing the farewell party. Events like this cannot happen overnight. So my dear friends, last but not least, thank you very much for all of you for your willingness and involvement to make this event a success. We are never going to forget the days spent in this teacher training program. So with that, I would like to wish you a very good and very best of luck for your future endeavors. Thank you very much, all.
I think we have to pose for a picture and then we will call it a day. Ushani?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanjeev, anything to say about the feedback and the certificates?
I probably we can send the certificate within a week time. We have shared the link, I guess, to add their names and the address and all the other details. So probably we'll print the certificate this week, and we can share the certificate probably by next week. And that's it. And also, yes, Nai.
Please make sure that you put a right telephone number. Last time we had a time.
Yeah, not the WhatsApp number. We have to have your mobile number and the land number if you have any. And the problem what we have with the last batch, Naren, I mean, they didn't pick up the phone. with the courier people, so they have to answer the phone, otherwise they will return the package. So you have to, keep your mobile around like 1 week for the next day. Oh, the other thing, Naren, please, we will share the review link on Google and Facebook. I mean, add your, feedback, whether you like it or whether you anything that you want to add into the program, so others can see it. So it's this is all end of the day. That's what we need from you. Please add your review into this Google and the Facebook, pages. That's it, Naren. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. So let's have a photograph. Okay, say cheese. Okay, finally, I really enjoyed teaching this group. Thank you very much for everything. Just a broad smile, say cheese. Okay, thank you. So thank you. We'll meet one day somewhere around the corner, somewhere in the country. Okay.
One more thing, Naren, one more thing. So we are starting the registration for the next batch from coming Tuesday. If they have friends, they can go to American Center, American Corner, American Center, Facebook page, and please ask them to register for the program.
Thank you. I don't feel like going anyway. We have to go now. All right then. Thank you very much. See you later.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Naren.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank
May
you
I
so
say
much.
nice to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
So much, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.